What's up guys, my name is Ace, and I've got a super quick update video for you guys. Yesterday in Warzone, we did have a small hotfix, and with this, it was mainly just a bunch of bug fixes, things that you would very rarely run into, and essentially just fixing a bunch of minor issues with the game. However, there was one key thing they changed with this, and this is the Milano's interaction with stopping power. Now, for those that don't already know, stopping power rounds in Warzone, when you load them into your gun, it will generally increase the amount of recoil your gun has, and that's meant to at least somewhat balance out stopping power rounds. However, with the Uzi from Modern Warfare, this one was always an exception, and it actually gained recoil control with stopping power rounds. You become more accurate with stopping power rounds in the Uzi, and that same characteristic applied to the Milano as well. Right from the beginning of the Cold War integration, that happened with the Milano, so it would actually have reduced recoil with stopping power rounds, at least until yesterday's hotfix. As we can see here with yesterday's hotfix, without stopping power rounds, the Milano is quite an accurate SMG, always has been. However, once we load those stopping power rounds in, instead of reducing that recoil, which it used to do, it now noticeably increases the recoil just like we would see with basically every other gun in the game. So we no longer get that benefit, and I actually agree with this particular change, since the Milano is now one of the more powerful guns even without stopping power rounds. It kind of makes sense. Beforehand, when the Milano was super weak and had basically the slowest time to kill in the SMG category, I thought that was perfectly fine to have stopping power reduce recoil. It just gave one reason to be using the Milano, since there weren't any other reasons to be using it. But now that it's a powerful gun, I like that this properly increases your recoil like it does with everything else. Now, of course, I did want to test the Uzi as well to see if they happen to change this too, because this has always had that same recoil reduction that the Milano's had. And it turns out we still get that amazing recoil reduction while using stopping power rounds on the Uzi. So it is still very viable. If you happen to be using an Uzi and find stopping power rounds, you really want to be loading stopping power into that, because it's just going to make your gun better all around. Now, I did also want to mention, out of these patch notes, like I said, many of them were just really specific bugs, like certain animations that would get hung up in very specific situations that most players wouldn't even run into ever. However, they did also make some payload fixes. So with payload, one of my big complaints with the mode is the fact that you couldn't go through and mute individual people on your team. So if somebody's being really loud and annoying, your options were to mute everyone or just suck it up and deal with hearing that person and their really annoying mic. Now with this update, they have it so you'll only hear your squad, not your entire team. So that way, if you are playing with friends or something, you're only going to be hearing them. You're not going to be hearing everybody else. And then on top of that, they did fix a bunch of bugs in that mode specifically as well. But again, things that for the most part, you wouldn't really be seeing all that often. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's going to wrap it up for today's super quick video. It's something that I really feel was worth mentioning, since it is a actual gameplay balance change technically when it comes to that Milano change. And of course, I'd like to hear from you guys in the comment section below. What do you think of this change to the Milano? Do you think this is a good change that stopping power rounds no longer decrease recoil on the Milano? And also, what do you think about the fact that the stopping power rounds still decrease recoil on the Uzi? Do you think this is fine and balanced as is, since the Uzi isn't a very powerful gun, unlike the Milano now? Or do you think it should just be uniform across the board and it should increase recoil on every gun in the game, even the Uzi? Just let me know those thoughts down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.